Alright, so we're going to look at another algorithm, and this is the lion's stomach algorithm, and so it's a little gruesome. We're going to do a 4 by 5 grid, and here's how the algorithm works. So 4 by 5. It's a sort of a wave. So there's like a peak which goes around 3 dots, and then it reverses. So you have these sort of this triangle, these 4 dots contained by each scoop. And if you hit an edge, then you just bounce along the edge until you come back to a corner. And then you repeat the same algorithm but reflected upside down. So here's that same shape, that V-like shape. And then there's the V-like shape again. Again, notice those 4 dots. And when you come, so we were at a corner before. Here, if we come to a side, then we reflect. So there's that shape. Come to a side, reflect. There's that shape. It's like an S. Now we're at a corner, so we just have a series of wiggles. Now we're going back into that S shape. We're at a side, so we do the S shape, and we're back to where we started. So that was one curve, and this is the little lion's stomach. When you see designs or decorations or whatever artworks like this with titles like this, you realize how little you know about the people. One, why was it important to have a picture of any lion stomach? And they have several. They have a little lion stomach and an ordinary lion stomach. And also, how does this resemble a stomach? I have no idea. It's something I've been rather curious about. Let's do another one. Let's do a 5 by 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here's a 5 by 7. Now what's going to happen here, I'll use some different colors because we're going to have some different curves. So we can start this way or we can start up. If I were to, again, do that motion now, this array is longer. What the algorithm indicates is you just continue to go up and then down, as much horizontal room as you have. When you come to a side, you reflect. And so now I'm going to flip the whole thing upside down. So now down, and then up, and then down, and then up, and I'm back to where I started. That's one curve. And the idea, looking at this little lion stomach, are that you have these sort of eyes that form. Let's do another curve. If I did this same one here, so down, and then up, and then down, and then up. Now the next part, the other part is algorithm, right? If we reach a corner like this, and there's no room to reflect, then we just do this wiggle decoration. Obviously not a technical name for it. And then we're back to where we started. So there's a second curve. So let's do another one. I'll start up here. So up, and then down, and then up, and then down, and I'm at a side, so I reflect if there's room, down, and then up, and then down, and then up. That completes a curve. Another color, go up again, so up, and then down, and then up, and then down, and then I'm at a side, so I reflect if possible, down, and then up, and then down, and then up. That finishes that curve. And now I'll do up again, so up, and then down, and then up, and then down. I'm at a corner, which is also an edge, but there's no room to reflect this upside down. I'm out of a grid. That's when I do this little wiggle decoration. So how many curves is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one forms 5 curves. It's a 5 by 7. Let me show you one more example. This is going to be a 7 by 9. So this is intermediate size. So 7 by 9, let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this will be the sona 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of an ordinary lion. So the 4 by 5 is a little lion, and the 7 by 9 is the lion's stomach. So let's see what happens here. So I'll start doing that S motion. So down and then up, and then down and then up, and then down. I have more room here. So before I could only fit a down and then up on a little lion stomach, which is this one. On this intermediate sona, I have a down, up, down, and here I have a full 2 of each. I reach the side, I reflect, so down and then up, and then down, and then up, and then down. I'm at the end here, so I reflect. Of course, I have a lot more dots here, so this will, whoops, a little sloppy there. Continue for a bit. I'm at a corner, so I can't reflect anymore, so I do this little wiggle decoration. Reach a corner again, but this corner directs me back in. I'm not going away from the design. So now I'm using the S shape again. I'm at a side, so I reflect. You'll see I'll start climbing back up this grid as we go along. And I'm at a corner, so now there's the wiggle, and I'm back to where I started. So this is 1. That's quite a disparity. I have 2 examples of a monolinear design. These are 2 actual sona. I have this intermediate one, which has 5 curves, which to my knowledge is not one of the sona. So that's the lion stomach algorithm. Just a couple of pieces that are repeated, and so some questions for you to think about. It'd be good to experiment. Try some other grids. Try a 4 by 8, right? A pair of even numbers, one that goes into the other. Try a pair of odd numbers where one goes into the other. Try a mix of even and odd and even. See what happens if you do these. What would be the next largest size up that you could do to keep it monolinear? Are these monolinear? Are they multilinear? How many curves are there? Can you predict?